welcome to episode number 2. So progress has been made, and I want to talk about it. I made a tower. There we go. I talked about it. No, I'm joking. So I looked at a couple of images of medieval churches, and a couple of them had little towers behind them. And I really liked the concept of having a tower attached to it, because I think it gives a little bit more depth, swimming, to the build. And especially once the cliff goes in, there'll be a lot of space back there. So here is the tower from this side. I'm a little worried that it might look a little bit kind of... I know blocky is going to sound like a hilarious word because we're in Minecraft, but I think the word I'm looking for is kind of blocky, like very like structured. So I might go back at some point and just kind of mix that structure up a little bit. But I've also started kind of working on the ground around it. I particularly wanted to... Let's just pop up here. I particularly wanted to pay attention to where I sort of thought water would fall and collect. So water at the top is very likely to collect, and so those would be a little bit more mossy, and then sort of closer to where it connects with the other building, that would be fairly, I think moss-like? Is that going to be the word? Well, we'll use moss-like. Hungry. Right, continuing. So on the inside of it, excuse me. Okay, apparently I don't know how to go through doors. So on the inside of it, we just have this beautiful tower. We'll have the same floor as out here. And then I want to layer it. I've just got to decide what to use as the floors. But I'll probably do 2 windows per layer. So like this would be the start of a layer. And then it'll go all the way to the top as a good watchtower type thing would be, because that's its purpose. Its purpose is to be a watchtower, and eventually it will become a bell tower. I mean, for like right now, it could be a bell tower, which means I need a bell. So I'm going to go on a mission to find a bell. It took me forever to dig out this. I used 30-odd stone pickaxes because we're still in the Stone Age. Medieval Age. So yeah, I'm going to go on a mission. A glorious mission. To find a village and ransack the village and see what I can see. And hopefully get a bell, as well as maybe some other bits of equipment. So, onwards with our journey, I guess. Collecting different wood types. Not going down there. Ooh, horsey. Hi, horsey. Hi, giant gaping chasm. Oh, it's not that giant. Lied to. Look, I found an ocean. Wait. Horsey! Hello! You are a boring horsey. You're a less boring horsey. Hi, horsey! Hello! You're beautiful. Hi, cows! You're less beautiful. That was so rude. I'm so sorry, cows. I didn't mean it. You're as beautiful as the horses. Hello. Hello. Found a butt. I found a butt. Does the butt have anything nice? So far, the butt has not got anything nice. Does it use to spot? What do you have? Ooh, no, never mind. That was very premature. Ooh. Well, we'll take it all. Gonna try. It's getting dark. Let's get to the boat. Let's see. We've got moss. We've got an iron nautilus shell. Oh, that thingy. It's really useful. The TNT might be useful. The leather boots, so exciting because they're curse of vanishing. Good times. Gunpowder is kind of useful. The poisonous potatoes, yeah, totes excited about that. Totes excited about the zombie flesh. But at least it means, excuse me, drowned gurgles. Ugh! Drowned needs to go away. At least it means if things go a bit haywire, I have food. Let's escape from this place of madness, shall we? Let's get away from the drowned place. I didn't bring a bed. I'm running. Moon sitting. Moon sitting. Moon. Yay. To the shore. Okay. If I die now, there will be tears. And not of joy. Maybe if we move with a bit more rapidity. Running. Ah. Do you know what's my favorite thing about when the sun comes up? You can see everybody burn. Lodestones. Okay, right. What don't I need here? These are the planks. That golden apple is quite useful. I don't really need all this flint. I'm gonna take the lodestones. I'm gonna use this bottle of enchanting so that I've got space in my inventory. Felt like a bit of a waste, but you know. Okay. Because we're about to onwards to that there village. And I swear, if that there village doesn't have, like, anything nice in it, you will hear tears. And again, not of joy. Ooh, pretty horses. Sorry, I know we're at the village, and it looks like a big village, but look at the pretty horses. Look at this gorgeous grey. Look at the two dapple greys. Oh my gosh. I do not want to own a grey. Because I'd have to groom it, and I'm not very good at keeping them clean. Right. If you hear any jingles in the background, my cat has found a toy. Okay. Hello, village. Hello, house I can't get into. Do you have anything nice in you? Excuse you, who asked your opinion? Nope. Okay. Nope. Nope. So far, so nothing exciting. It's going well. You know, my friend, I will be taking your stone cutter. I just don't know what I'm going to replace it with yet. Maybe if I jump, I can eat. Don't know. To be fair, I've got loads of moss at home. I can build, so I don't need that. So we're okay on that. I need to make space for for this bell. Oh wait. Okay, so this now brings us to a quandary in terms of the ruling, the rules, which we're gonna set up when we get back home. We're gonna do the rule board. But does it count as moving into the Iron Age? Okay. If I get given iron, like I picked up iron in those chests, does that count? How do we feel? Like, sorry, this was genuinely the most useless village on the planet. There wasn't a single chest. If I didn't care for my standing with the citizens of this village, it would burn. Anyway, black horsey. Yes, this is a quandary. I need to just sort of have a think. Is it okay for me to use the iron ingots that I found in that chest to make a bucket? Or say it, an iron pickaxe. Use it to gather something that I need, such as the bell. Where have the bells gone? There's the bell. So there. Or would that be considered cheating? Wait, can I have to use an iron? Do I have to use an iron pickaxe to get the bell? I'm pretty sure I do. To Google. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. I can eat this piece of bread and then I've got inventory space. I can use any pickaxe and this is mine now. Ha ha ha! Okay, anyway, I'm going to take my leave of this most useless village ever to have existed in the game of Minecraft and figure out where home is because I don't actually know my coordinates. That's something that I always do. Wait, what crops do they have? Let's read their crockery. That's a word and we're going with it. And if it's not a word, Merriam-Webster, hit me up. You. Fine fellow. What you got here? Carrots? I have carrots. Beetroots? I don't have beets. Wait. You stole them! Give me those beets back! Stop Alright, you know what? Why am I carrying this suspicious stew around? Why not? Go away, suspicious stew. I don't want you. Oh, potato. If you... Ah, my potato. In your face. Okay, running away, running away, running away. Going home. I don't like it here. This place has made me sad. I was heading home. First of all, there's some stuff happening with the train over there. But, there's a lush cave seems to have formed upon the surface. That's high tropical fish. That feels weird. Cute, but weird. Huh, not really sure. Pity there's no axolotls. Not that I could steal one. But pity there's no axolotl. Sorry. There is a cat. There is a cat who has a lot to say. And he keeps marraring at me. Anyway, we're home. Home was actually really easy to find. I'm pretty impressed by how easy it was. There's a cat jumping on things. Anyway, so now I need to decide what to do about the floor layers in this here tower. I suppose also the stairs. Now, on our travels, we obtained some birch saplings. And I kind of like the concept that our travelers would have probably brought some trees from wherever they've come from. So they would have access to maybe a bit of, like, different woods and stuff. That was a big yawn, my child. So cute. So I'm thinking these travelers probably have brought this wood and they're going to stick it in a very safe, sacred sort of place. And that's going to be this bell tower. So he's very cute. He is very demanding this evening. I'm not really sure why. He has everything his little heart could desire. And yet, he must tell the world that he lives a very difficult existence. But you know, that's just the life of owning a cat, isn't it? So yes, so I'm gonna I need to figure out. I think I'm going to use my only problem with putting a wood floor in is, whoop, man, is burnability. But there's like whole bits of this that's pretty burnable so far. So I think, Enderman, I think I'm gonna be okay with it. So I'm gonna be back once I've managed to put in my layers of flooring and hang my belt. We have a tower. Mazel tov. It's not just any old tower. This is so dangerous for me to be doing in F5. I will 100% fall off and die. But we have a tower, and this tower has a bell in it. Let's look. So, this is what the roof of the tower looks like. It's a good place to sit and watch out for your enemies from, or the dangerous things that lurk in the forest, like the zombie that I heard outside when I was making it. But here we have, all ready for more bells. Woo! A bell tower! So we've got that floor, and we've got this floor, and I think I'm gonna move my bed up here. I just think this is a nice little secure location to put my bed and like my basic equipment in. And then I might put down here, because it's such a nice open space, when we get around to it, potentially a enchanting setup, because I think that will work with the lore, but I've got to figure it out. So I've also had a thunk, as I do, about, wait, where is it? Where is the wood at? Let's go with you. I've also had a thought about the roofs. So I do want to make this narrower. Potentially like just move it over once. This is 3. But then I think it's gonna ruin the roof. But we'll burn that bridge when we cross it. As I've always said, we'll burn that bridge from both ends when we cross it. So let's do rules for this game. Or at least let's set up some of the rules. So I think it's okay to use iron. You can use a better tool if it is gifted, found, stone. And I think that's fair. It's gonna be weird the way it's put in, but it's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. At some point we'll put a book, and it will be a book with all the rules. But for now. So yeah, like I'm gonna use that iron to make a few little things, but that's it. When it dies, that's the end of that iron. So I think that's fair. Like that feels fair to me, because we found the iron. But like I can't go and smelt my iron ore, and I can't go and smelt my copper ore until I'm ready to move on. And I'm not quite ready to move on yet. I still need to do some landscaping. And I want to set up where my villagers go away. First farm will be, and their little farmhouse, because there's this really cool thing that old monks had. So we learned about this when we went to Fountains Abbey. Good time. So if you were a monk, you could be either a monk that just spent his day in the church praying all the time, or you could be a monk that dedicated his life to gardening and produce and apiaries and stuff like that. So I want to have that sort of access, because somebody has to grow the food. Where'd he go? Is he out here? Did he die? Did he despawn? I think he's gone. I think it's safe. Anyway, so yeah, I like the concept that there would be these guys that have they've traveled here as like a group of however many, somebody will dedicate. Nope, there he is. Will have dedicated their lives to providing food and resources to this facility. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I want to get up to now. So let's go with gold. Set up farm. That's a hashtag. And terraform. Not looking forward to the terraform bit, but it's fine. So this currently is our only rule, which I think is fair. But yeah, so I'm gonna get around to terraforming now. I was just busy working on my garden when, as you can see, there's been some violence. Excuse me? Ow! He hit so hard! I know it's because I don't have a lot of art. And I don't want him to be around. I don't think I like you. I feel like you don't deserve to be in my neighborhood. I don't want him here. I need to be able to work. I don't have a shield. I could make a shield. That would be relatively intelligent. Okay. Because I do have those iron ingots that I found. So shield needs a bunch of wood. You know, I've never actually used a shield. Okay. Enderman, we don't need you getting involved in this stuff. This drama. There! Whoa, bro, you did not need to jump up like that, huh? Hi. Come here, I would like to whack you in the head. Without drowning is the other question. Okay. We gotta do this intelligently. Death to you. That's a very lovely walk you have there. Yay! I killed it! Dun dun dun! Act like I'm the first person ever to commit murder. Oh, he didn't blow up anything. There may or may not have been an incident here. It's a pity they don't stay around. Anyway. Almost done taking out this whole backside of the thing. And I was just about to talk about how I've laid out where the shore is going to go on this side. So the plan is this will be a very big open valley on this side with some layering and some nice little farms over there. And then there's the church, and the rest of the sort of monastery will grow around this. So a lot of that's going to get cut back. Enderman, please stop teleporting. You scare me when you... No, stop trying to make me look at you. That's rude. That is so rude. You can't purposefully make me accidentally look at you. Rude. Anyway. Well, that was a fun interlude in my constant back and forth of tirelessly taking out a mountain. Okay. Would you look at that? It's coming together. There's still a lot to get filled in there and down that side of the river. But honestly, I'm really happy with this like valley and how it's shaping out. I think you can sort of start to see the vision now, like where I'm taking things out and how far it's gonna go. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like I'm genuinely pretty happy with how this is all come together. Um, Obviously I discovered how intelligent I am in this process because when I first started digging out, particularly that section kind of right in front of us, all of this stone on this side of the little church, I was using my pickaxe all the way from the top all the way down. And then I got kind of halfway down and I was like, I'm going to need so much moss for this. But why am I, what am I, who am I, why, what? And then I started actually mossing the stone to try and get rid of it. And that obviously went so much quicker. And it's also helped me with the landscape on the side a little bit. This is helping me put together this bit. I like leaving these little random bits of exposed stone. What I might do for some of them is like stick in a half slab so that it kind of looks a little bit more, not like just solid blocks. So I've still got to take out like all of this, obviously. But over here is starting to come together. I need to, I do have, yeah. So for that, thank you. But I've also started taking out on this side, started moving this cliff face back a bit because this cliff will need to go back a little bit. Got a little berry farm going on there. And then slowly trying to start flattening and build layers up here. Because not quite here. I'm sort of thinking maybe a little bit further back. So maybe roughly where that tree is. Where that azalea tree is. That will probably be where my little farmhouse is with the start of my farms. But yeah, so then I've also found a nice way to get rid of a lot of my cobblestone that I had. Oh my gosh. It's raining. So yeah, by filling in the river with it. Because I'm prone to making mob spawners and I don't want to do that. So that's kind of why I've been filling it in as a solid object. But yes, so that I like to fall down there and hurt myself. It's just my modus operandi. But yes, so I'm kind of happy with the way this little riverbank's going. I'm gonna make, as we go further down the river, it a little bit wider in places, like this little overhang and stuff. But I wanted here to sort of be one little bit where you could walk into it, but primarily it will be raised up by 1 or 2 levels. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I'm really happy with how it's coming together. Every now and then I go over to my little perch and I'm like, whoa, that's looking kind of cute. So once we've got the like 3 or 4 farms in place, I might try and obtain a villager. I need to set up an actual sheep farm at some point, so I'll probably do that. So once we've got food farm, sheep farm, and a villager or 2, then I'll potentially move into the Copper Age. Because I imagine that's sort of like the basics of what would be here during the Stone Age. There wouldn't really be that much else, I don't think. Unless I, in the interim, think of like 1 or 2 other builds that I want to have in here. Do my research. Yeah, so thank you as always. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I know the video quality, like the voice quality is still a thing. I'm hopefully getting an adapter today that might mean that my microphone works a bit better. And then, just keep kind of going from there, seeing how it goes. But yeah, thank you as always, and I'll catch you later.